This is your Fox 47 Newsflash.
Welcome to your Fox 47 Newsflash from the Digital Newsroom. I'm Chris Lewis, and these are the top stories that we're following. Police say a man found dead last week inside his mid-Michigan home froze to death inside the unheated mobile home that he lived in. Police said that Monday, 62-year-old Arnold Jaros was emaciated and the cause of death was determined to be accidental hypothermia. Police said officers and firefighters found Jaros's body in a frozen state when they forced their way into his home on February 15th after relatives asked police to do a welfare check at his home in Freeland, located in western Saginaw County. The Bay City Times reports that the police say that the house had no electricity and the temperature was at 25 degrees. The man found guilty of killing a Michigan State University student was sentenced. A jury found Stephen Washington guilty of second-degree murder last December and unlawfully carrying a concealed weapon, along with felony firearm possession. He was accused of shooting Isaiah Barones during an altercation outside an apartment complex in 2018. The prosecution on Wednesday asked the judge for 30 years on count one, saying Barones was murdered in cold blood. Washington's defense asked for a lesser sentence. He read a letter from fellow inmates of Washington's that stated what a model citizen he has been in jail. In closing arguments, Washington's defense attorney, Toby White, said that the state's star witness, Ivan Keener, lied on the stand about Washington being the shooter. This was because, according to White, Keener was actually the one who pulled the trigger. The tragedy is giving that punk immunity because he's the shooter, White said. Judge Kennedy sentenced Washington to pay restitution to the Barones family of $14,000. Washington, who has been in jail since October of 2018, also received credit for time served. The final time sentence was 330 months to 495 months, served consecutively for all counts. That equals between 27 and a half years to just over 40 years in prison. Two bridges in Jackson that have been in place for more than 100 years are finally getting replaced. The Michigan Department of Transportation will build new bridges to carry trains over Jackson and Mechanic Streets, and businesses in the area say that they're looking forward to it. Engineers said bridge construction has changed dramatically in the last 100 years, and it's time these crossings are upgraded. Work on the bridge project will begin next month, which will mostly be moving utilities. Construction will happen next year. There will be a public open house about the project next week on Wednesday from 1:30 to 7 p.m. at Christoph & Sons floor covering in Jackson. The Jewish community at Michigan State University is on edge after a swastika was found spray painted on the sidewalk near a fraternity house. The graffiti was discovered on Saturday morning next to the Pi Kappa Alpha house on Charles Street. The person's intentions aren't known at this time. East Lansing police are investigating. Jewish leaders on campus say this is a part of a bigger problem. Last fall, a student had her mezuzah stolen from an off-campus apartment. Also, two men were caught on camera destroying Asuka at the MSU Hillel. The MSU Shabbat board is in the process of planning an educational event on campus where anyone can come to learn about the Jewish faith and its history. Learn more about all of these and all Mid-Michigan's breaking news on fox47news.com.